Imagine knowing the habits to bring your mind, body, and heart into all your communications. See, it's also good to be able to do this without notes. And I have a long day. Whether it's a high-stakes presentation or a personal conversation, the default habits in communications can either bring us closer or can fall on deaf ears. This is why we have the CEO of Total Coaching Systems, Kendall Colman, here today. This talk will help you take your communication and speaking game to the next level. And you and I are going to talk after this. Learn how to work with your physiology, conquer performance anxiety, and really be in your body as a communicator so that you can be heard effectively. Please welcome to the stage, Kendall Colman. It's an honor.
Hi, everybody. Okay, that's more for me, I think. Actually, I'm going to have everybody go ahead and stand up, because public speaking and communication is essentially a mind, body, and heart experience. And we want to bring the body, right? We always want to start there because that's the thing that gets us stopped in our tracks if we have any hesitancy or any fear of speaking, okay? So everybody just take a moment and really get grounded. Keeping your eyes open, because we really want to keep this in a full engagement. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in, and these aren't just going to be any kind of breath, okay? I want you to imagine if I came and tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, I want you to come up and talk about the habits you really want to change, or the productivity that you want to step into, that you had to come up. So let's really fill the body with air and get that oxygen in all through our body. So staying grounded, and let's go inhale through the nose, and hold it at the top and stick your belly out as far as you can. Hold it, and then exhale. Let's do another one. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Great. Just throw those shoulders back. Okay, does anybody now feel like I am ready to get up on that stage and deliver what I want to talk about good habits? Anybody ready? All right. Okay, so go ahead and sit down. And with that, I would love to hear how many of you do love public speaking? All right, good, great. How many of you would feel comfortable if I asked you to prepare a minute conversation about something that you love doing and you could just tell the person next to you? How many would feel comfortable doing that? Okay, so basically when we're talking about habits of powerful communicators, one of the things I really want to step into today is holding a high bar that actually if we can master public speaking, then it's a lot easier to master all kinds of communication that really are below that. And can anybody tell me why? What's that? It's the vulnerability, right? So if we can step into public speaking as a practice, right? And I'm going to really make this contention, this statement for you to consider, is that what if public speaking became something that became a portal to you becoming everything you were supposed to be? It became a portal for your greater awareness, for your greater alignment, for your company to take it up a notch. Just want you to consider that as a possibility. And so today we're going to be talking more about habits of public speaking, and just keep in mind that as a result of that, you'll be able to lead meetings more effectively, have difficult conversations, perhaps do investor pitches, employee dinners, those kinds of things, honoring your key people. So all of it really runs downhill if we can master those habits. Does everybody agree? Say yes. Yes. Okay. All right, so imagine being 24 years old and being promoted to the senior team of the company that you were working for. And all of a sudden, you get this promotion, and the CEO comes to you one day and says, you know, by the way, as part of your promotion, you're going to have to take over all public speaking. And I'm introverted and I don't really like people that much. So if it's okay with you, would you please take responsibility for all public speaking? Well, that's what happened to me at 24 years old. And I just was doing good work in the community. That's really the only thing that I was doing besides my job. And I got recognized for it by the CEO. And he came and he said, you know, you're doing so much in the community. I want you to be in charge of business development. And I thought, wow, that's great. At that time, 24 years old, I got an $8,000 raise. And I know a lot of you won't be able to remember this, but does anybody remember when the cell phones actually, the new Motorola cell phones came in a little tiny suitcase? Okay, you guys think these things are so big now, the iPhones? Well, guess what? So that is just really essentially why I took that job. I was so psyched to get my little suitcase and my Motorola phone, and I can now travel around with that, and I thought I was really something. So anyway, he came to my door and he said, okay, we've got a presentation. It's the most important one for our hospital, which was a healthcare company. And I'm not going to do it, but here it is. You've got 2 weeks to prepare. I know you got it. Good luck. And I remember thinking, wait, where was that in the fine print that I was going to be speaking at conferences? Well, I remember my earliest mentor had told me that there's 2 times to be of service to people. One is when you want to, and the other is when you don't. So I thought, okay, I'm going to remember her words and I'm going to say yes to this. And as time got closer, and I thought, why? I used to speak in college to kids and things like that. I don't understand, to my peers, why am I having so much anxiety? I stopped sleeping. I was writing out every single word. I couldn't remember stuff. I was literally blacking out right in the middle of my presentations while I was practicing. I started feeling sick. I was not feeling well. I was begging my people on my team to do it. Nobody said yes. So I remember going to the presentation, and it probably wasn't the worst in all of human history, okay? But I remember seeing all of your beautiful faces out there and absolutely got terrified. Turned my back and literally spoke to my slides the rest of the time. I remember going to my car, breaking down, of course, right? Like we do, we save it till the car. And broke down in tears. How could I do that? How could I do that to myself? How could I do that to my team? I've let everybody down. And on top of that, I actually had some pretty good things to say. But did anybody get it? No. So I remember that day leaving and making a commitment to myself, and I thought, wow, you know, everything else in life you can just kind of apply yourself. You know, you just keep getting better, you get a mentor, you learn. Well, public speaking was one of these things that I felt like, what happened to me? You know, I had great content, but I got sabotaged by my body. And I remember thinking that day, if I don't bring this vehicle into my presentation, all is going to be lost, or it's at least it's going to be kind of, you know, be flat. And I thought, I don't want to be that. I want to have a greater impact on the people that I'm working with and speaking with. So fast forward many years, and I started working with a coach right away, and it literally changed my life. And what I realized is that everything I had been taught about speaking did not help me. I had been taught to look behind people, to look beyond them, to look at the centerpiece, or to look down, or look away. And what we teach is the whole idea around the mind-body-heart connection with speaking is that if we're not connecting with our body first, if we're not really honoring the body first and getting it ready, right, by practice. How many winging it people do we have who love to just wing their presentations, and how well does that go? It might work for a little while, but realistically, long term, if we want to actually have messages that matter, and messages that what we say are courageous and contagious, meaning that people can go do something with them, that it requires body, it requires practice, it requires getting the body ready, the content ready, and the heart ready. So all of you, right, it matters more, not matters how you say it, but it's what you say that's remembered. So my goal for the next 10 minutes as your personal speaking coach is for you to think about a presentation that gives you a big goal, right? It makes you like, oh God, could I really do that? Could I really step up to that? Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's speaking at a town hall at your employment. Maybe it's doing a Facebook Live, right? Sometimes that can create that anxiety. Anything that will actually create that level of just stress. Performance anxiety is also something we call it. I personally call it stage fright because I had a real experience of it. Has anybody else had an experience of stage fright? Okay, that's powerful. And so many people who come to our courses say, I have been stuck in this avoidance game for almost my entire career. Maybe that's only a couple of years, but it's all because I got in front of a 5th grade class and wanted to be student council president or something, and everybody laughed at me. Whatever it might be, it could be a bad memory or a memory that didn't serve you, but there is a way out, and part of it is absolutely by starting with the body, because the body has a way of just saying, if you don't pay attention to me, then I'm just going to take over. Does everybody agree with that? Say yes. 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 Okay. So we're going to just do a little exercise here. Is everybody up for just doing an exercise? Okay. So I'm going to actually have my dear friend Amy Backlund, who you're going to be hearing from later today, who is the CEO of Meet Mindful. Well, and let's give her a round for Amy for coming up here. Okay, so Amy and I have been friends for a long time, and the nice thing about her being up here for me is that we first became friends when she owned another company. She had another company then called Yoga Dates. Does anybody remember Yoga Dates? Yeah! Shout it out for that. Well, anyway, I always wanted to go to Yoga Dates, but I never wanted to be the one picked. I don't know. I was like, during my dating phases, I didn't want to go there for. But anyway, I ended up being Amy's demo model, so we could do all the partner yoga exercises.
She got a lot of Thai massage out of it too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so now Amy's going to be my demo model, and basically the whole idea here is that, have you ever noticed that every human interaction is dominated by words? And rarely do we actually make time to really connect and be present with the people that we're with. Like where we really slow it all down on purpose so that we really can connect. And Amy and I are just going to be with each other just for a minute here, just for a few seconds, and then we'll debrief this. So Amy and I are going to be together just through the eyes and only through the eyes, with no words, just for a few seconds. Okay, how was that? How was that, Amy?
Good. I reminded of how much I love you.
Thank you. So, yeah. Okay, so why would that exercise be important? Any ideas? Yeah. Right, yes.
I was going to say, so much of communication is nonverbal.
Right. Yes, it is. And how many of you just feel like you have to come right up here and, okay, I got to start talking right now? Right? And then I got to get off the stage really quickly because, I it's all about what I have to say versus who I am being for you and how well I'm connecting with you as a way for the content to come through you. So I'm going to actually have everybody go ahead and stand up and find a partner. Okay, just make eye contact with somebody. We're only doing this for a few moments here. Say hello and face each other. I need everybody to listen in here.
Perfect. I didn't hear what we were supposed to do.
Okay, everybody got a partner? Anybody don't have a partner? Raise your hand. All right, so here's the next instruction, okay? So we're going to do this together. So go ahead and stay focused on your partner through the eyes. All right, this is part of the breakdown, is that we're trying to assess, where does self-consciousness show up inside me? How does it reveal itself? So just stay connected. Do you not have a partner? Okay. Okay, here we go. Everybody got a partner. It's hard to do this on your own. Okay, so if you're comfortable with the person that you're with, go ahead and just, like take a half-inch closer. Okay. All right, everybody good? Okay. Now, giggling and laughing is all part of it, but stay connected through the eyes while I walk you through this. Okay? It's a way of greeting people. It's a way of being present with another person. This is totally contrived, and I know we don't do this every day in life, but I'm going to ask you to really lean into it. Lean into it. If you feel yourself wanting to look away, then lean into it harder and really make yourself be with the person you're with. Notice what starts coming up for you. How's my breathing? Remembering to breathe. Staying connected through the eyes. And let your body reveal to you what's happening to me. How am I doing in this? This is a little different. But how am I with different? And take a deep breath in together. Exhale. And now I want you to start sending thoughts over to your partner. I want you to start thinking to yourself, I wonder what kind of morning they had getting here. Wonder what's important about this event for them. Now we're not focused on us, we're focused on the person that we're with. How can I reveal and convey to them, I've got your back. I am on your team. I will support you in any habits you want to create that create a better life for you. And take a final inhale. And exhale. All right. Okay, good. Give your person a high five.
I hope we captured all of it. Yeah.
Anybody, was it awkward at all in the beginning? Yeah. Okay, so why is this so awkward for us? Right? All we're doing is we're taking away words. But what does that do to us as human beings? Yeah.
I want everybody here to sound.
It's very intimate. I mean, I didn't know Chelsea, and now I think I love her.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Yeah.
It just allows yourself to actually be seen by the other person.
To be seen? Yes. Right, because how many people, right, they're trying to have a conversation with somebody, maybe they're doing this, or maybe they're on to the next thing, or their mind is somewhere else. But as communicators and speakers, the more we can really drop into presence, drop into our body, and really connect with the people that we are before, our communication becomes so effortless and so easy because we're being present and we're being mindful of how we're showing up for people in a way that maybe you're the only person that ever really listens or is ever really present for them. What would that be like? And so as speaking, what gets revealed to us in the beginning part of the exercise, right, is how does self-consciousness show up? If words are taken away, then what happens to me? Where do I go? Does it feel awkward? Well, then public speaking or being in front of a meeting is going to feel awkward. If you're having trouble, if anybody's ever told you that you have a lot of transition words like ums and ahs, anybody have that? I've had to really work on that. So those will automatically fall away the more that you can slow down. And if I had to deliver this whole message to Sally right now, I could do that and you all would feel it, right? Because I'm focused on connection first, content comes second. And that's true with all of our communications. So in our final moments, I'm going to have Alexis hand out to you our little cheat sheet, which is our self-assessment on what we call the wheel of speech. And you can apply this to any communication, but it's really more for important communications, the ones that really matter. Like if you're giving an investor presentation or well, really anything. You're leading a meeting. These all apply for even facilitating meetings. But this is our assessment that helps you break down how many people would love to have structure when they put a presentation together. Because our number one complaint is, number one is I'm terrified to get up in front of people. Number two is I don't really know what a roadmap looks like when I'm putting a presentation together. So you'll see this broken out into a before section, a during section, and an after section. And my goal with this was to put this together so that you have a roadmap of the 3 things you need to do before, the 3 things you need to focus on during, and the last one is what you do after you give a presentation. How do you keep in touch with people? How do you continue the relationship? Most people, if they aren't happy with their presentation, they usually stick it in their drawer and say, I don't even want to know anyone that was in that audience because I did such a bad job. But now, after today, you will never have to do a bad job again. Please visit us. We have a booth here, and we would love to talk with you further. We do all kinds of corporate communications as well, and we will be doing a drawing for our book, which is our little flip book. And Dave told me nicely today that he'd been using it all week getting ready for this, so I'm really happy about that. And basically, it goes into the neuroscience of how you can use words, different word patterns in your presentations to activate your audience. We have all sorts of good stuff in terms of structure that you can use. And we also have our next course, May 20th here in Denver, that we're going to be drawing for somebody to attend for free. So if there's any interest in it, please let us know. And with that, thank you so much. It's been a delight to be with you.